Malaysian Flight 17 from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur appears to have been shot down on the Russian-Ukrainian border earlier today. The aircraft pictures that are said to be from the site show a large indentation, as we would expect from a fuselage with an explosion caused by a large amount of fuel digging a crater, and we can see large pieces of what would credibly be described as a large turbofan engine, which would be consistent with the type of engine we'd expect to see on an airliner of large size. There's been no large political pressure to block off eastern Ukrainian airspace from overflights. However, there's probably a conference going on at the moment between various political parties and Eurocontrol, which could lead to that area being closed again. And then flights will have to divert their way around that, with the subsequent flights taking longer, with a greater fuel penalty, and possibly requiring refueling en route. Well, one, of course, should respect the fact that 300 people plus also have died in the accident. We don't have any third parties either. It's going to be it's a terrible tragedy to lose one airliner, but to lose two is almost unthinkable. Whether the airline will now survive this event has to be foremost in a lot of people's mind, principally because the drop-off in bookings they had associated with the first loss was quite significant. So whether the Malaysian government will prop them up to a stage where they can survive through this, we don't know, but there'll be, obviously, the airline will be very great tragedy for the airline to lose two sets of crew, and for all those passengers on board as well. We have another 300 grieving relatives, unfortunately. But obviously this is an insecure region, so to go in with the authority of the Ukrainian government won't necessarily be terribly easy if you're in a rebel-held area. So the secure access to this area may actually be quite difficult for a few days. There's a lot of things which would appear to be unique, but an aeroplane was shot down in that region 13 years ago, and shoot-downs occur roughly every 8 years or so on average. So it's not unknown for investigators to have to look at this type of thing, but certainly the political difficulties of addressing this will be quite time-consuming.